Hi everyone, in this video we are going to look a little bit deeper at the uses of the preterite. You can find this information on pages 114 and 15 of the textbook Exploraciones. So, our uses of the preterite. We use the preterite when we talk about a series of completed actions, about an action that occurred and then another one and then another one and so on. So for example, in this sentence we are going to say las elecciones comenzaron a las 6 de la mañana y yo fui a votar a las 11. The elections began at 6 in the morning and I went to vote at 11. So we have two completed actions, so we use the preterite in each case. If we are talking about a period of time as a whole, we are also going to use the preterite. For example, drug trafficking was the biggest problem of the 80s. So we are going to say, el tráfico de drogas fue el problema más grande de los años 80. So we have de los años 80, of the 1980s. That is a period of time as a whole. So that period of time as a whole is over, so we are going to use the preterite fue. In the same way, we have the sentence, la gente de Medellín apoyó a Pablo Escobar por 2 décadas. The people of Medellín supported Pablo Escobar for 2 decades. So, the phrase por 2 décadas, for 2 decades, that is a period of time as a whole, and it's over, so we are going to use the preterite apoyó. Also, if we talk about a change of condition or emotion, we are going to use the preterite. So, for example, in this sentence, estuve triste cuando me enteré de la muerte del líder. I was sad when I learned of the leader's death. So I had been feeling fine up until that point, and then I learned of the leader's death and I became sad. So we focus on the beginning of that new emotion, and we're going to use the preterite estuve. Also, in the same way, la ciudad tuvo miedo cuando el criminal se escapó de la cárcel. The city was scared when the criminal escaped from jail. So the city had not been frightened up until that point of time, and then they became afraid. So we focus on the beginning of that new state. So we use the preterite tuvo. Also, if we're talking about an action in progress, and then we have another action that interrupts the ongoing action, we use the preterite for that interrupting action. For example, asesinaron al dictador mientras daba un discurso. So they assassinated the dictator as he was giving a speech. So he was giving a speech is an action in progress, and then asesinaron is the verb that interrupted it. So we are going to use the preterite asesinaron for that interrupting action. In the same way, mientras estaba de vacaciones, un ladrón entró a mi casa y robó todas mis joyas. While I was on vacation, a thief entered my house and stole all of my jewels. So I was on vacation is the ongoing action, and a thief entered my house and stole all of my jewels, and those are two interrupting actions, so they are in the preterite, entró and robó. So let's take a little quiz to see if we understand the uses of the preterite. So the first question is, entrevisté al representante y después mi reporte al jefe. So I interviewed the representative and after I made my report to the boss. So we're working with the verb hacer. We have hice, hago, hacía, and haga. We can rule out hago because that is present, and we can rule out haga because that is present subjunctive. So we are left with hice and hacía. So our clue here is our first verb, entrevisté. that is in the preterite. I interviewed the representative, that's one completed action, and then I made my report to the boss, that's a second completed action. So we are going to use the preterite hice. Question 2. La huelga, 3 semanas. The strike lasted 3 weeks. We're working with the verb durar. We have duraba, dure, dura, and duró. We can rule out dure, present subjunctive, and dura, present. We're working in the past, so we can rule out those two right away. So we have duraba, imperfect, and duró, preterite. So in this case, we are going to use preterite duró because the strike lasted 3 weeks. We're talking about a period of time as a whole, and that period of time as a whole is over. So we use the preterite duró. Question 3. Estuviste enojada cuando del crimen. You were angry when you learned about the crime. So we're talking about a change of condition or emotion. You had been feeling fine, and then when you learned about the crime, you became angry. So we're working with the verb enterar to find out about something. We can rule out enteres, which is present subjunctive, enteras, which is present. So we have enteraste and enterabas. So our clue here is estuviste, became afraid when you learned of the crime. So that learning of the crime is a completed action, not an ongoing condition. So we are going to use enteraste. Okay. Un café mientras caminaba al trabajo. I drank a coffee as I was walking to work. So we're working with the verb tomar. We have tomé, tome, tomaba, and tomo. Tomo is present tense, tome is present subjunctive. We're working with the past, so we can rule those out right away. So we have tomé, preterite, and tomaba, imperfect. So I drank a coffee as I was walking to work. That's a completed action, an interrupting action during a period of time that was an ongoing condition. So caminaba al trabajo is the ongoing condition, and I drank a coffee is the interrupting action. So we are going to use tomé in the preterite. All right. Well done, enhorabuena. That's our first video on a deeper look at the uses of the preterite. We hope it helps. Thanks.